This is episode number 296 of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. Hello and welcome. I'm Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio in our fabulous innovation space with Sarah Fade.
Hello.
And Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
How's everyone doing?
Good.
So it's Spooktober. We're doing spooky things. And we have a special episode this week.
Yeah.
We have a new librarian.
Yay.
Right? I mean, not new.
Yeah.
She's been here for 5 years. But she's newly full-time, and she's on our Miller Business Center team, and she's also an adult services librarian. I had her come down because we talked about, this time of year, you like to maybe go out and do like some things with the family, maybe some things with a significant other. Maybe you just want to take a walk by yourself, a nice hike. The leaves are changing. It's getting cooler. It's spooky time, so there's a lot of cool things. So we talked about the food, the events, all these things coming up in the next week or two.
Nice.
So here is that special feature that I did with Kelley Gould.
Nice.
So I am in the studio with someone who hasn't been here before. So is joining us for the first time here on the podcast. It's my fabulous colleague from the Miller Business Center, Kelley Gould. How are you, Kelley?
Hello, I am well. How is everybody out there?
I hope they're good, and I hope they're happy to hear a new voice on the podcast. So, Kelley, really quick, tell us what you do here at the library.
Hi, so I am a new full-time librarian, although I've been here for 5 years at this great library, working part-time. So I'm very happy to be trying something new as a full-timer and working in the Miller Business Center and getting involved in some more programs. It's all very exciting, and I learn something new every day.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming down to talk about some of the nice things that we have here on Long Island to do during this spooky season, right?
Yes, there's so much to do on Long Island.
Yes. So let's start. We're going to kind of go back and forth. Why don't you start with your first choice here?
Okay, so on October 14th, there is the Greater Patchogue Chamber of Commerce Fall Festival Nightmare on Main. There are many fun things to do there. There is a chili and chowder contest.
Oh, you have me right there. There you go.
Food, always food. Yes.
Got it. Always food.
There is a petting zoo.
Nice.
And a kids' costume parade, along with pumpkin decorating, face painting, live music, lots of vendors, and very interesting, dueling pianos.
Oh, wow.
Which sounds very cool.
Well, I tell you, Patchogue always go above and beyond. So there are neighbors to the south. Definitely want to check them out. They're pretty cool. So if you are in Center Moriches on the 15th, there is the Center Moriches Fall Festival, which sounds pretty neat. It'll feature vendors all along Main Street and merchants selling goods and, of course, food, which is fantastic. Food. They're going to have raffles, artists, and activities for children. And then the March of the Goblins. Ooh. It's not very often you get to see a goblin march. So I think you should go check that out. Again, our neighbors to the south in Center Moriches, the Center Moriches Fall Festival on October 15th.
That does sound great.
What else you got, Kelley?
So on October 27th, there is a Halloween boat burning.
Oh, my goodness. What is that?
It's at the Long Island Maritime Museum.
Okay.
And it's an annual boat burning and one of New York's most unique family events. Each year, someone donates a large wooden boat that is simply beyond repair.
Okay.
And we set it ablaze for Long Island's largest bonfire.
Wow.
That
does sound fun and unique.
Yes.
Yes, it does. I don't know if it would be something I'd be interested in, but I have to assume they burn it off the coast. Do they burn it off the coast? Does it come in? I don't know what happens. Is it Viking? It sounds like it might be something Viking going on over there. Wow. Okay. Well, that's cool.
That is a good one.
Yeah. Well, how about this one? This is on October 28th, so it's the day after, and it's in Rocky Point, so it is close by. It's called Bedlam at Brookhaven.
Oh, boy.
Yes, Bedlam at Brookhaven. It's appropriate for ages 13 and up. They mention this, and it's a haunted maze with animatronics, scary scenes, and jump scares. Guests walk along a graveyard while waiting in line. So this looks like a local person doing this. So it's Bedlam at Brookhaven in Rocky Point, and it says it's very scary, but it's 19 Brookhaven Drive.
Okay.
So you can check those folks out.
That sounds good.
What else do we have?
So there are also the jack-o'-lanterns, 2 different jack-o'-lanterns events.
Oh, yes.
One called The Rise of the Jack-o'-lanterns, which is in Wheatley Heights.
Okay.
And then the Great Jack-o'-lantern Blaze, which takes place in Old Bethpage. So.
And I've heard some of our co-workers here have gone to that last year and the year before, and they just love it. They bring their kids. They think it's fantastic, the Blaze.
I haven't been to these, but I went to one once in New Hampshire, which was awesome. So I really need to go to these closer to home.
Great, yeah, exactly. Finally, if you are out in Riverhead and you are interested in something for kids of all ages, there is the Bats, Barnacles, and Broomsticks at the Long Island Aquarium.
Nice.
Now, I do believe there is a fee involved with this. So, and anything that we're talking about today, you should check it out at, you can actually go to lihauntedhouses.com, which is the resource that we've used today. So it's lihauntedhouses.com to check out if you're into this spooky stuff. So celebrate Halloween aquarium style. All buoys and ghouls, that's funny, in costume will get 50% off admission with a paying adult. Children will gather sweets and treats. There will be vendor tables featuring giveaways and raffle prizes, and of course, lovable animals enjoying their Halloween treats. So it's Saturday, October 28th from 10 to 4 at the Long Island Aquarium. Have you been to the aquarium out in Riverhead?
It's been a while, but
it really is great. It's a great place, and it is one of those attractions that might be a little expensive, like for a whole family. But the good news is that we have discount tickets here at the library.
That's right.
So you definitely need to check that out. So come to customer service. You have to have a Middle Country Public Library card, but then you can get discounted tickets, and then maybe you can go to this great event on October 28th. And that's 431 East Main Street in Riverhead. Parking is behind or across the street there.
All right.
At the aquarium.
That sounds great.
So those are some of the things that are happening this month that are spooky. I mentioned just before food, right?
Right.
What's your go-to, Kelley? Your go-to over the spooky holiday season? What do you like to get as far as food items are concerned when you're out there in the world out east, maybe?
So I am a fan of anything pumpkin, anything flavored pumpkin, pumpkin bread, pumpkin beer, pumpkin lattes. I like it all. That's
a great segue to mention that here at our Center East building, our cafe is now serving pumpkin pie lattes.
Oh.
Yes, so come down and check out our pumpkin pie lattes.
That's right. It's delicious.
Very delicious. There's a couple of places out east that we'd like to mention. First is Harb's Family Farm. Have you been to Harb's?
I have been to Harb's.
It's a great place. Great. So there's a couple of different locations that you can go to. I'm going to mention the Family Farm, the Barnyard, and Vineyard, which is at 715 Sound Avenue. That's in Mattituck. And you can go there and you can get yourself some apple cider donuts.
Nice.
You can do a corn maze, which is very fun. And it's a great place for families. So that's Harb's Family Farm out in Mattituck. What else do we have here? You can go to this place here in Aquabog.
Stakey's Pumpkin Farm on 270 West Lane in Aquabog. And it has great pumpkin patches. And then after picking your pumpkin, you can challenge yourself in the corn maze or take a hayride. It additionally has face and hand painting and a bounce house. So
it does sound like a lot of fun out there, huh?
Fun for everybody, that one.
Yes. And I do want to mention living out east that you definitely want to get there early.
Definitely a good idea.
Yes. And a little tip from an East Ender, if you do want to visit the farms this fall season, I recommend starting early and going as far east as you are planning on going.
Right.
So if you want to go to Greenport, for example, on your trip out east, you should do that first.
Uh-huh.
So get out there early, 9 a.m. So you're going to have to get there early. Get there like around 9 a.m. and then work your way back west. And what that will allow you to do is it'll allow you to get out east without having that traffic that goes all the way out there. And then at least you're going to hit some pockets on the way back, especially on the North Fork. It's worth
That sounds like
worth doing it
the best way to do it.
early. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm a huge fan of apple cider. I'm a fan of hard cider. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a fan of cider donuts. And I do recommend this place in Aquabog. It's called Woodside Orchards. It is known for, they have these wonderful ciders, and their apple cider donuts are just fantastic.
Okay, that you got me on
They're
apple
amazing.
cider donuts.
So the tip for that is get there really early when they open,
Right.
because there is a line out the door for these donuts. But when you get there, you can have donuts that are hot right out of the fryer, and they're
Wow.
absolutely spectacular.
I'm going to have to check those out.
It's
for sure.
yes, it's good stuff. Now, if you want to go a little farther, Kelley, you have one that's just a little farther, and I think that's on the South Shore.
If you want to go over to Watermill, there's Hank's Pumpkin Town, and that is at 240 Montauk Highway in Watermill. That one is great for kids. It has over 30 acres of family fun where you can enjoy pumpkin and apple picking. There are wooden playgrounds for the kids and corn mazes, tractor rides, a jump pad, and much more, as well as picking. You can pick apples in the orchard.
That's very nice. Yeah, so those are some of the places that you can go to if you want to get into the spirit. Some of them are spooky, and some of them are just, nice fall pumpkin-y kind of things. Do you go pumpkin picking, Kelley?
I do go pumpkin picking, yes, and we always, go with the family. Everybody has a different favorite shape of a pumpkin.
Really?
So that's interesting. Yes.
So it sounds like you're a particular pumpkin picker.
I just might be. I like a nice round pumpkin.
Okay.
My son always liked the biggest pumpkin he could find,
Okay.
regardless of the shape. And and then I guess everybody else kind of fell in the middle.
So what else do we have that we might want to mention to our listeners this week?
How about we do something here at the library?
Okay, what do you got? Yeah.
We have an event coming up called Trunk or Treat at MCPL, and it's for families with children in pre-K to 5th grade. And you can join us in the parking lot for a not too spooky but oh so fun time collecting treats from creatively decorated trunks. And of course, costumes are encouraged.
Of course. And when is that, Kelley?
That will take place on Saturday, October 28th from 10 to 12 here at the Center Reach building, in the parking lot.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
That is going to be great.
Yes. So we're talking about, things to eat, things to do that, involve like activities and whatnot. But sometimes people just want to go outside, and they want to enjoy the fact that we are in a season where the leaves are changing, the foliage, I don't even know how to say it, that is changing. So there are some places on the island that are quite beautiful to experience this. You have a couple you want to share with us.
Yes, so it's a great time to do some leaf peeping.
Leaf peeping, I like that
better. That's right,
yeah.
and go find the trees and the gorgeous leaves. A couple of them would be Blydenburg County Park,
okay,
which has 588 acres of hiking trails. And close by to that one is also the Caleb Smith State Park Preserve, which also has many trails, and it's really a very pretty place.
Yes, and if I can add one myself, which
Yes.
I've gone to on a number of occasions, many autumn walks, is the Bayard Cutting Arboretum.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Which is that's in Great River, 440 Montauk Highway in Great River. It's a little bit of a drive, but it is very, very, very much worth it, especially when you're at the peak season. It's just absolutely amazing. So you've obviously been there.
I went there recently for the first time, and it was beautiful. So yes, I would love to go back as the leaves are changing. That would be a totally different experience.
Exactly.
It'd be fun.
And my second choice here is the Quogue Wildlife Refuge, which is in Quogue. Have you been there?
I have not been there.
So it's really amazing, and there's a little lake that you can walk around. The leaves, when the leaves change, it's really beautiful, the reflection on the water. But what's neat there is that they have this little kind of I don't want to call it a zoo, because it's not quite a zoo, but it's a refuge. That, they help injured animals. They have like an eagle. They have like an owl. They have like different animals. And it's really
Very
nice, really nice to see it. So you can maybe bring the kids, bring the family. I mean, I used to go, before we had kids, my wife and I used to go and check that out. So it's nice, a nice walk for adults, nice walk for families and kids. And then you get to see the beautiful trees changing around you in the different colors. It's really great.
That sounds great. And then they have the rehabilitated animals?
Yes, they do.
What they have? That's
Yeah, it's very neat. Yeah. And I think they only ask for like a donation. I don't even think there's a charge to get in there.
Very nice.
So, yeah, it is great. So there are wonderful things to do on Long Island during this time of year. Some scary things and spooky things, and lots of things for families, lots of things for people who like food and and such. So it's definitely a great time of year, and you should take advantage of that. And what's even better is that if you need any information, you can come down here to the library.
Absolutely.
Because we have wonderful resources for you. We actually have books, believe it or not.
Yes,
we have
do.
books here that'll help you plan your day on Long Island. We have a lot of hiking books. We have books about attractions. And then, of course, our fantastic adult services and youth services librarians can help you if you go to the reference desks, and you can ask them, and we can help you maybe print some information out, some maps, some places to go hiking, and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. We love to do that.
Definitely. So, Kelley, thank you so much for coming down on today's special show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
Okay, and that does it for our special spooky episode of Things to Do. Do you like cider donuts?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're good, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever had one.
No, you haven't had a cider
What?
donut? Oh, no, then
They're so good.
then we have to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yes, the cider donuts things has to happen. So
Was there chunks
had
of apple
one.
in them?
No.
no, it's cider.
just a
You know,
delicate
cider
flavor.
is like it's a drink, right? Don't you drink cider?
Oh my gosh.
Do you have? Wait a second. I want to know what cider you're
I
drinking
do know what cider is.
that has the
like a
chunks of apples in it.
Flavor.
Yeah, it's a
know.
flavor.
Yeah. They're
It's-
good.
they're
Like
very
a
good.
powdered, right?
Yes,
They're
yeah,
powdered.
they're powdered.
So it's
like
just
powdered
apple
sugar.
donuts.
cinnamon, cinnamony, and
Yeah,
they're very good.
good.
Yeah, they're fried, right? You dig the fried food, right?
I'm
Sarah?
thinking maybe apple fritters.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you know what? They're similar. These are less. These are more cakey, right?
Yes,
The
yes.
fritters are more doughy. So, yeah. All right. So look, you have something to look forward to. You have this
Yes.
great list of places to go, and perhaps get those cider donuts. So thank you so much for listening to this week's episode. If you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. Watching on YouTube, hit the like button, hit subscribe. And if you're listening to us on a podcast app, give us a 5-star review, because we must solicit 5-star reviews. That's what everyone does. You don't say send a review anymore. I looked this up, Nicole. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Thank you.
You must say 5 stars, because if you don't do 5 stars, it means nothing.
Right.
If you get 4.5, if you get 4, nothing.
Nothing.
So we want 5
Yeah.
stars.
Just review 5 stars. If you have actual feedback, do it on like Twitter or something.
Exactly.
X or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have feedback, we are on X.
Are we?
Yes, we are. MCPL_podcast.
Express us.
Express
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
That's what it's called. They're called expression, right?
Well,
or was my
posts.
husband
They're
teasing
called
me?
posts.
Oh.
Yes, Steve just got the joke in the podcast. He set it up. He planted the seed. He watched it grow. And there it is now at the end of the episode, so he has to listen to the whole thing. Yes. So thanks so much for listening. For Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo. We'll see you on the next show.